Alrighty, so earlier I did my kind of initial reaction to the Dokkan August producers letter, right? And in this video, I want to talk about it more extensively because I didn't really get to say everything I wanted to say in the moment with the, the kind of live stream going on and the excitement. And I just happened to be live when I was recording that video. I was like, listen, if I don't get this out like the second the news dropped, it was like, this could really, like, I don't want to wait all the way till tomorrow to upload my initial reaction. So that's why that video was kind of like a little bit rushed, but now we can go ahead and break it down a little bit more. So the sync, what do we know? What don't we know? What are we getting? And all of that fun stuff and more in between this specific video. So the thing everybody cares about the most, I'm sure, unless like, most people, I said this wasn't the best thing because of the span in which they're being released, but the big daddy of this announcement in specific is going to be the release of Ultra Instinct Goku on global early. So what do we know about this release so far? It's likely in the upcoming days, but we do not have a concrete date, and obviously I will keep you guys posted when we do get that. But this Ultra Instinct Goku is just going to be kind of like the cherry on top to sort of some of these really good characters that we've been seeing within the 9th anniversary, as well as the Tanabata EZAs that came out on JP as of recent are going to be sliding over to global. So we're kind of getting to the point where we're starting to see the vision where we are starting to get synced up, but we're not all the way there just yet. I'm sure as most of you guys saw within the video, they announced that not every character is going to be released at once, but by the end of the year, they plan to have everything ready to go for the official start of the unification, which is going to be the worldwide download celebration for 2024. Now, you guys might be asking, when does this start? A good benchmark is around the 4th week of August. So once we start getting into like the 20s of August, that's when we can really start looking for the official teasers, the official unit announcements. And then this year is going to be bringing unique aspects to it because we have never been in a synced celebration before like that. Like, obviously we've had same time stuff, but the timeline has not been officially synced. So Ultra Instinct Goku, if you guys want more on the specific unit, we can obviously cover that. We'll be doing live summons for the character and all that, but that's not really too important. I think what I really want to talk about in this video is specifically the sync information. So the first thing to come up, and this image is courtesy of Truth, and then there's another image courtesy of Minato. I'll leave tweet links down below when I'm done recording this, but you guys will see that. But content not to be unified. Let's start with that. Content to not be unified with the Japanese version. We have character rarity, type, and link skills that are different from the Japanese version. Other abilities will be unified to either the Japanese version or international version settings. So does that mean that something like Goku Black's mechanic that he has that buff on global could potentially be transferring over to JP? That could be nice, right? Titles and designs of missions and events that are different from the Japanese version. There will be no differences, including between rewards. So the way that events are going to be, the way they look. So it's like, the Supreme Battle Spectacle is what it is on JP. And then for global, it's the Supreme Magnificent Battle. So that just means stuff like event logos and event titles are not going to be, they will remain different, but like the images themselves, I'm sure aren't going to change very much. But the last thing, this is going to be big. Maybe not the merchandise, but including discounted Dragon Stones and packs. So what you really need to know about this specific information is the way that pricing works between the versions is not going to be, concrete, right? A stone isn't going to cost $9.99 USD for every version. Obviously, countries have different currencies, they have different inflation rates, and prices cannot just be universal. It would not work. Just from a finance standpoint, I'm not like a finance major or anything like that, but it should be pretty easy to tell that like they can't just run like one universal, currency that's going to work for everybody, right? Prices are based according on region and stuff like that. So a lot of it has to do also with like, US players that play on JP. The price of, or like the inflation of yen can often determine how expensive stones are, right? Like at one point, the 90 pack was like $25. At other times, it'll be 30 something, 40 something. It varies, right? But that doesn't mean, like I said, with the sync, it's not going to be a universal price for Dragon Stones between the Japanese version as well as the international version. So that is something that we need to keep in mind. Now, moving on. Content that will be unified, new characters, campaigns and events, EZAs, and Super EZAs. So what does this mean? This picture right here essentially is Dokkan, right? What is Dokkan? We get new characters. We are Dokkan. New characters, right? New banners, stuff like that. campaigns and events, worldwide download, anniversary, Saiyan Day, spring campaign, summer campaign, winter campaign, Christmas campaign, etc., etc., etc. That's all the stuff and events that come with these campaigns. These are going to be synced up. Easy 8s, super easy 8s. These are going to hopefully be coming at the same time between the versions. Now, one thing that was alleged because of the way time zones work, this was something that they emphasized heavily within the producer's letter. If you guys didn't watch it, I recommend that you do. They talked about how things could potentially be coming out at different times due to time zones, which I'm not a huge fan of. I feel like if something drops at 1 a.m. on global, it should be dropping at the same time on JP, right? Everything should just, it's so much easier if you just drop everything at the same time. And with that, it just makes life a lot easier, right? Just because I don't want there to be a situation where JP players get to summon 5 hours earlier than global, because we know how the Dokkan community, no matter what version they play, likes to react. We like to get excited. We like to be dramatic. And if JP is getting stuff 5 hours early, we're still not technically unified. And what's the point, right? Because you might as well, if you're going to make them wait 6 hours and not drop it at the same time, you might as well have not touched anything, right? Because that technically is not unified. It's still something. Now, this isn't to say that JP is always going to be getting things early. This is just to say that they did not make it concrete on how it's going to operate, right? Is Global going to be getting things 3 hours early? Is JP going to be getting 3 hours early? Is it going to depend on the time of the day between the versions? Or is there going to be like a universal release time, as there should be, right? You look at games like Legends. I play Brave Souls. These are games where they have separate servers, but the timelines are the exact same. So when Anniversary 5-star Ichigo drops, just as an example, he drops at 3 a.m. on the global server. He drops at 3 a.m. my time on the Japanese server. So it's the same time. We all get to summon for them. It's the same thing with Legends. When UG4 drops, UG4 is dropping at 2 a.m. my time, the same time for the Japanese players. It might be a different time of day, but it's going to be the same exact minute in the game. So that is one thing that they did not make 100% crystal clear in this sync, and something that we do not know yet, but I would imagine that with feedback, I think that there could be something that is done about that in the future. But let's move on to the last tab here, and then I'll probably open up a couple more just to go with what we're talking about. But this is courtesy of Halvard here. Again, link will be in the comments below. Just for the tweet. I mean, you guys can see it on the screen and all that, but I'll still post it anyway. He posted a nice little Dokkan Now recap for us, and this is a lot of stuff that we've been talking about, but some of the major things that we need to know. Global is getting Tech UI Goku. We talked about him. He's cracked. You're definitely going to want to summon for this character, but I don't know if it's going to be like the best idea. I'll probably do a should you summon video and explain both of the cases, but this one is huge if you are a JP main. I know there are a few of you watching this video, not a ton, but a few. JP is going to be getting summon tickets, so I believe that is going to mean during the anniversary, potentially during other celebrations, wherever Global is getting a summon ticket after they summon, I believe JP will be getting this as well. So additional multis, always good. You can't really complain about that. Extra stuff is extra stuff. On Global, I pulled 3 beasts in my tickets after doing like a bunch of stones and only getting 1. So tickets are going to be a W. I know it's not always going to be you get extremely lucky, you get what you want with the tickets, but it's always nice to have extra. On JP, I'm somebody that's used to just 50-50-50 free, 50-50-50 free, 50-50-50 free, and that's always kind of been the way things are. But now with, especially with tickets, it's going to be nice. So hopefully that is the way that this is going to work out. JP, however, is not going to be getting the Pilaf's Trove, which is okay. Really the only thing for me, looking at the Pilaf's Trove, the only thing that I would really want would be like the exclusive Dokkan Festival tickets that you'd be able to purchase when a banner goes live, where it would be like, you know, a $25 to $30 guaranteed featured. That would be nice for me because I spend money on the game, but I don't recommend that everybody does. But Global will be keeping all perks. So that is what we like to call a Global, right? W-Lobal. Globest, Globallers. Keeping your perks is huge. This is going to be the only real perk you're going to lose, might be the most important one, honestly, but Foresight. That is the only thing that Global is losing, but I promise you, when we get Anniversary LR Vegito and Gogeta at this, like in the same unit, you're not going to care about your Foresight. You're going to want to summon in that moment, and that is exactly what they want. So keep that in mind. But all remaining units already released on JP, but not yet on Global, will drop before the year's end. So if you're somebody that's looking for Jiren, if you're somebody that's looking for Topo, if you're somebody that's looking for Cell Max, if you're somebody that's looking for Roshi, Bunny Bulma, etc., whoever's left, I can't remember everybody, but you will be able to get them before the year ends. So before New Year's Day 2025, crazy to say that, you will have all of the characters that are on the Japanese version, and we are getting started with the most desired one being UI Goku. Now, I was somebody in the camp that was saying there's no way they do this. I don't love the decision. Like, if I'm being, like, honest with you, I think this is a little too much, but I don't think, from a business standpoint, I get it. This is like the perfect like trap card for them to throw out, where it's like they're not going to have very many stones to farm aside from whatever we give them, and they're really going to feel pressed to buy stones. But I don't recommend that you do that. So, to close this video out, you guys can see we have the recap. Global Tech UI, tickets for JP, allegedly, no trove for JP. Global keeps the perks, W Global, and you guys will be getting characters on Global before the year is over. So that's great. I'm super excited for the sync. I'm sure most of you are as well. This is something we've been talking about since basically the end of last year, and finally we're starting to see a bit of the the fruits of their labor, right? Hopefully this is smooth, but it appears that it's not going to be. But if you want to summon for UI, I wish you luck. We'll probably do a should you summon video at some point, but if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new so you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. And let's give a quick shout out to a new member, and we'll call it after that. Okay, so new member, our boy Aaron Phillips. I see you all the time in the stream chat. Thank you, Aaron, for re-upping your membership. Static, we'll give you a shout out as well. Eric, Derek, Lamia, Nubius, Apollo Music, Cookie, and Rao. Rao, as always, coming through with a lot of gifted members, so we appreciate him greatly. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to become a member, click the link in the description and join the Discord if you want to talk to me more. I hope you guys are ready for the sync, and I'll see you all in the next one.